You're very welcome to Lauren the Parker here on WLR. It's Tomás McCarthy here till 7 o'clock, and hope you're all keeping safe and well. A jam-packed show coming up. GAA Go. WLR big match commentator Kieran O'Connor will look ahead to Waterford's National League fixtures next month. Back to the future. All-Ireland winning minor and under-21 manager Sean Power will talk about his new role with the Waterford under-14s. And a new series, Pride of the Parish. Colin Dunford, Jerry Quinlan and Gavin Whelan from Colligan GAA on their new walkway and their love of the club. So we've good news to start this week's show because the big match will be back on WLR on Sunday, May the 9th, and raring to go is our big match commentator, Kieran O'Connor, who's alongside me in studio. But first of all, the provisional fixture list for the 2021 league has been released to counties, and we should say this is subject to change and will be confirmed by the GAA next week. But with all that in mind, Waterford will begin their campaign away to Cork in Páirc Uí Chaoimh on Sunday, May the 9th, with a 3:45 throw-in. This will be followed by Westmeath at home in Welsh Park on Sunday, May 16th at 2 o'clock. Then it's the big one, a repeat of the All-Ireland final from 2020. Limerick at home in Welsh Park on Sunday, May the 23rd at 3:45. Waterford's second away trip will be against Galway on Sunday, June the 6th at 3:45 in Pearse Stadium. And in the final round, Liam Cahill will welcome his native county Tipperary to Welsh Park. That's on Sunday, June the 13th at 1:45. And we'll also give a mention to the Provisional National Football League fixtures. Waterford under new manager Shane O'Neill will host Carlow on Saturday, May the 15th at Fairfield, and this will be followed by an away trip to Wexford on May the 23rd. So as I say, raring to go is WLR big match commentator Kieran O'Connor. And Kieran, your thoughts on having games to look forward to at long last?
Unbelievable, Tomás. I think for everybody, I think we're literally at breaking point. And to be honest, when we came around the All-Ireland, I was sure we'd roll on into a league. Little did we realise when we were up in Croke Park on the 13th of December that the bad news would come early in the new year, and we're literally back to lockdown again. But look, for everyone involved, and particularly the players, because it's really been frustrating for them, for the management teams, but for the general spectator, all age groups look forward. And I think last autumn it proved that the live matches give people a chance to stay involved and something to look forward to, something to talk about. Look, Tomás, I can't wait. Yeah,
Kieran, what difference is this going to make to people? I know it's still going to be behind closed doors, but as you mentioned, the lift that the championship games gave to people there last winter is going to be the same this time around, do you think?
I would think so, Tomás, and I think if anything, people appreciated what these players are doing for us, and the standard that we saw last year. It isn't because Waterford reached the final, but my God, the games, looking back on them, and we had plenty of time to look back on them, over the last few months, but the actual entertainment value and the quality of hurling last year was absolutely superb, and Waterford very much to the forefront with that. But definitely I think there's a huge excitement. Anyone I meet in the street, they're all delighted. The dates are out, and I know on Monday, the draw is on Monday morning. Speaking to John Jackson earlier in the week, and John and all the county board have been doing a great job keeping people informed of what's happening. But on Monday, the draw for the Munster Championship. But it's a league to look forward to, and I'm sure Liam Cahill is biting it to be back in training next week. And look, it's all positives, good results as regards the COVID at the moment, going in the right direction. The sun is shining, the evenings are getting longer. Just smell of cut grass, Tomás, we can't wait.
Yeah, I'm sure Liam Cahill and Mikey Beavens be just itching to get back on that green grass again, Kieran.
Correct, and for the guys, and I must say full credit to all the players, and I know we had what happened in Dublin and what happened up in Monaghan, but I can guarantee you that the players here, despite not having collective training, are really, really working hard. And I know some of the players involved, what they've been doing is just phenomenal, and I think people should appreciate that. So the standard of fitness that Mikey Beavens and Liam will see on Monday night, they won't be disappointed.
Very good. That's great to hear, Kieran. And I suppose it's a very unusual league in many ways. And I suppose one aspect of it is there's going to be no quarter-finals, no semi-finals, and no final unless the two teams meet later on in the championship. What sort of competition are we going to get, do you think?
Well, Tomás, firstly, I think it's important to have a league, and first of all, to have hurling at all, to have live sport, I think, is a plus. Because for a while there in January, February, I was saying, my God, could we be in trouble in 2021? So to answer your question, obviously to be great to have a final, and there was a great sense of occasion about a league final, which is very prestigious competition. But I think from a Liam Cahill point of view, the league will be very much a benchmark, measuring players against the best. He won't be going around looking for challenge games. There's 5 games that he can use to prepare and expand his panel, as he did last year, because last year during the league, as you remember, Tomas, a lot of players put up their hands during the league last year, and Liam depends on current form. So from that point of view, but I agree with you, it'll miss the fact that we won't have a league trophy, and like we're not way down with league trophies in Waterford. It's be a huge thing, but I think Liam will definitely be using it with his eye on the big prize and the Munster Championship in June.
And in terms of new players, Kieran, like you mentioned, players that really staked a claim in last year's league. Who are you looking forward to seeing in action when the competition gets underway?
Well, I think the performance of Caleb Lyons and Stephen Bennett last year. Stephen Bennett taking over from Pádraig Mahoney, and delighted to see that Pádraig is on his way back. I think he was brilliant last year, really brilliant. Not alone in place ball, but in general play. I thought Caleb Lyons really developed into a top class player. Now throw in Tig and Jamie, who are just truly outstanding. Austin Gleeson came back to more of the same. So a lot of our big guns were putting up their hands, but the like of Caleb Lyons, who was relatively new, Jack Fagan really stood up, I thought, last year. McNulty in the corner. All of a sudden, these guys who were kind of fringe players coming in or needed to stake a claim, and my God, did they do it in spades. But I'm really excited disappointed in the fact that we're going to lose a couple of real staunch players like Stephen O'Keefe, Socky. Like all good players, he's only missed when he's gone, but I was a great fan of Stephen O'Keefe. Tig de Burka, so cruel on him. What a talent. He'll be sorely missed. And Dara Fies spoke to his dad earlier this week, and this guy has gone through hell and back to play for Waterford. But look, at this stage, he has tried his very best, Tomas, and you've seen it over the years, really come back to full fitness, because it's a class act, but unfortunately injury. And I don't know how he even kept going, but he was so driven and inspiration within the panel. So if you take Dara Fives, Tig de Burka and Stephen O'Keefe gone, they're huge blows, but I'm excited about who's coming in.
Yeah, and speaking about those coming in, like very, very big shoes to fill, Kieran, but Liam Cahill has drafted in some new names. Who do you think will put their hand up and maybe stake a claim for the championship later on in the summer?
Well, one thing I noticed about who he's brought in, first of all, Pádraig Mahoney, as I mentioned earlier, on the way back from that bad injury, and no one will work harder than Pádraig to get back, and he'll be a big addition. But obviously Shane Bennett coming back, I think Shane is a great talent. We saw what he can do in minor under 21. He's taken time out, and I think this could have been a good thing for him. He'll come back hungry, but what a talent, what an athlete. You could play him half forward or indeed half back, but a great talent, and he has size. And I think one thing, all the guys that we're going to mention have size. Seamus Keating, we saw him on his last appearance up in Galway. I'll never forget that day as long as I live. Well on top, having a stormer. We didn't really see Seamus after that. So obviously Liam Cahill has seen something in club games and realises he's a talent with size. DJ Foran likewise. DJ Foran is a guy bred in the purple. He's Dahi. His dad was as tough as you get. But I think he lacked a bit of confidence, and I think the break again could do him well. But he's a guy has huge potential and could make a big impact. Then obviously you have Tonto coming through, and you know Tonto in club games, he's always good for a score when it's needed, and a guy like that can be invaluable. And Michael Kiley Abbey's side, I think he's a guy I've been waiting to see come onto the whole senior scene. What a talent. And we saw it even last year when he came back from injury. The performance he put in for the under-20s did well with Abbey's side as well. And who will ever forget his performance in the under-20 county final 2 years ago when he was only 17 coming on 18. So he's a talent. He has the skill, he has the size, he has the speed, and I think he's a guy I'm looking forward to seeing, particularly in the league and into the championship. Yeah,
there's also a number 1 jersey to fill as well, Kieran. Who do you think will be stepping into the boots of Stephen O'Keefe?
Well, as I say, I have been a big fan of Stephen O'Keefe. I think we're very fortunate in Waterford not to only have one, but we had 3 goalies on the panel last year, and I think all 3 have been excellent in club games, and they're guys that you wouldn't fear. But Billy Nolan, I presume, will be the guy who will step in. And a lot of experience. He's only a young guy, but he seems to be around for a long, long while. We know he can play outfield as well, but as a number 1. And his puck outs are excellent. They have a lovely trajectory. His size, he fills the goal, and I assume he'll be the man. But there's others there as well. The De La Salle man isn't bad either, you know.
Yeah, that's true. There'll be a big competition there between Billy Nolan and Sean O'Brien.
Yes.
Yeah, just to touch on the footballers as well. Kieran, it seems that maybe the hurling teams have really got a better deal than the football sides. Waterford have only got 2 league games. They're probably guaranteed maybe one more knockout game as well. They have Carlow at home, and they also have Wexford away. What will Shane O'Neill be looking to get out of these league fixtures heading into the championship?
Well, I think I feel so sorry for the footballers, because when you look at their results, did Waterford win today? No, they were beaten. But if you look, they were never beaten by more than 3 or 4 points. And lady luck is needed, and we've seen it in horse racing with Henry de Bromwich. Even last weekend in the Aintree Grand National, a horse fell that hampered Ted Walsh's rather than Henry's horse. So luck plays a big part. But getting on to our footballers, I really feel that the results weren't portraying the performance. And I suppose we have to go back to the big day in Wexford Park there a few years ago when we took on a great Wexford team and beat them. The talent is there. I think we have good county champions in Rathcormac. I know there's a county final to be played with Ballynacourt. There's decent talent there, and the guys involved are 110%. And again, I met one of the Ballynacourt players involved the other evening, just coming back from training on his own, so I'm sure that's been replicated with the Rathcormac lads, the Kilrosny lads, the Stradbally lads, you name it. There's great enthusiasm within the team, and for a new manager, unfortunately, he hasn't been able to meet them. And I was down on Curry Farm there a few weeks ago doing a feature about their calf rearing, and the 2 lads were saying that's the one thing it's all been over Zoom. They're training away hard on their own. So again, but at least it's a very tough division, Tomas, to get out of. Division 4 is very, very tough, and it isn't making it easier for them. And as you say, disappointing that there isn't that they're caught as regards a number of games, because to be realistic, that's the one competition that Waterford really have a fighting chance in, But one thing we didn't mention with the hurlers, having 3 home games would be great, but what a pity we haven't people there to see. I mean, imagine the crowd, Limerick coming to town. To be just unbelievable, and Tipperary to be nearly repeated the championship there 2 years ago with Limerick. But look, we are where we are. But to the footballers, I think if they could get just one win, if you can get that early win, Tomas, it's so crucial. It sets a whole trend for the year, not alone for the league, but in general and the mindset. So I dearly love they can get off to a winning start. I know no stone has been left unturned, but I feel so sorry for everyone involved. As I say, particularly the new management team, they're doing everything online and with Zoom.
Well, you've teed it up very nicely, Kieran. We can't wait for the ball to be thrown in. WLR big match commentator Kieran O'Connor, thanks for your time today.
No problem, Tomas.
To Austin Gleeson. Austin looks. Austin shoots. Jamie to Austin, and Austin delivers again. Frankie Walsh should be happy with his Mount St. Clubman. Over the bar it goes. It's all over. It's all over. And Waterford have beaten Kilkenny in an All-Ireland semi-final. We haven't beaten them in Croke Park since 59. A lot has happened since then. But what a win. What a win for the men from the Desha.
We love Waterford. We are WLR.
Well, the league fixtures for the Waterford ladies football and camogie teams have also been revealed in the past week. The Waterford ladies will be away to All-Ireland champions Dublin in the opening round on May 23rd. Kieran Kern's side will travel to Tipperary on May 30th and host Cork on June the 6th. And the top 2 teams will qualify for the Division 1 semi-finals. The Desha Camogie side will start their league campaign on May the 22nd away to Tipperary. It will be the first competitive game under new manager Derek Lyons. This will be followed by a home match against Cork a week later, and the top 2 teams in the group will qualify for the knockout stages.
Lorna Porca with Tomas McCarthy on WLR.